Okay, let's read one more magazine, or maybe there will be even more than just this one afterwards. Like last time we read the magazine that I got after I went to the dentist. This time we got the N games. I do know that I still have this somewhere in the basement again. Like I'm the kind of person that never really throw stuff away after I had it as a kid. Maybe that's a bad habit. Maybe it's an okay habit to have. It doesn't really matter. Like the basement. I mean, the basement is pretty full, but the thing is, there's not full. Like there's still always a little bit of room left in the basement. So I do think that you know, it's somewhere there. Like I have all my GamePro magazines up here. The thing is, I want to read one of those too, but the bad thing about it is it's not really readable. Also, wait, I put my new thing here. Now you see my taskbar or URL bar. Not like it really matters. Like it just tells me that my username on this PC is Kunde, which means like customer in German, because I bought like this mainboard combination thing together. So, I never fixed it. Like I put my own GPU, CPU in it, and it still is on that name. But this is a magazine I just picked up randomly one day. This was also before I bought the GameCube in the subscription, because this was like only Nintendo. And back in the day I only had the GameCube and Game Boy in the Game Boy Color, and I never had an Advance, so I don't even know if this covers Game Boy games. I do think it's only GameCube mostly. So it was the perfect magazine for me because it was only GameCube. And when I also got a PlayStation 2 and was a little bit more interested in those games, I switched to GamePro. Anyways, there's Shadow the Hedgehog on the cover, and the question is why? The thing is, there's nothing on the cover that says anything about Sonic. Like, N games. 100% Nintendo, €2.90, Zelda Collector's Edition, genius. All for games in the test. Mario Party 5, James Bond 007, I think this is Roach Agent, because Nightfire was already out, I think. Roach Agent was like 2005 or 6 though. No, 2006 is like way too late. I think it has to be Roach Agent, like this Golden Eye one. And so sick is 2004 gonna be. The year of the GameCube, the best games, the complete souvenirs or accessories, the hottest news. The thing is, why is Shadow on the cover? Like, is there gonna be like a Shadow preview in the magazine? We will find out, because I don't remember that. Sims. Brechen aus on the GameCube, not the GameCube, the Game Boy Advanced. Zelda for everyone. Oh. They are saying they should, this is like the collector's edition you could get from the Nintendo Star Point. Back in the day, when you bought a new GameCube game, you could it's like a scratch ticket. You could wrap the thing, and then it would reveal like a code, and you could give it on. You could give the code. You can use the code online to get like points. It was like 500 for a new game, or was it 500 like for a console and a game? And it was like 250 stars. Like I think this collection was like 4,000 stars, which would have been a lot for a kid. Like it was almost impossible for me, especially when I got all my games from the flea market. Like I never really got newly priced games except like $30 ones. But yeah, this is all news here. Oh, it's the James Bond Everything or Nothing game. Kirby Air Ride, Harry Potter and his Philosopher's Stone, Mario Party 5. I had this game, it was okay. Mario Party 4 and 5 never really made me think, it wasn't, as great as the ones that I played on my friend's Nintendo 64. Also like the Wind Waker in the background for whatever reason, even though it's good. It's like doing the others collector's edition, so maybe they should have picked those kind of Zelda things. Zelda's collector's edition and Knights of the Temple. This is a underrated hit, I think. It only released in Europe though, and it even has a sequel. I kind of want to put it on my list to try it. Okay, wrestling, Call of Duty. It sells way too much, they're saying. It sells like hot buns. Snoop Dogg live in concert. True crime soundtrack made cheats. You shouldn't cheat. And there's freaking pool or billiard or whatever you want to call it. There's like a little bit of news here on the left and right, like Atari, like something that people don't really care about. Konami, they released Frogger for mobile phones. Okay, nobody cares about that. Like just a little bit of tiny news that nobody really truly cares about. Blood Rain, the first banned game in Germany since they changed the law for how games are rated. which I guess means this was 2004. It should have been it should have been unbanned in 2019. Also, look how they make like there's like an ad for a game store here, and the prices are not even great. Like it's $60. Oh wait, it is Mario Kart Double Dash with a memory card, 59 for $60. So obviously, if you would get this at full price, you get a free memory card here, I think. But yeah, Game Watch probably just this is the cancelled Capcom 5, like one of the 5 Capcom cancelled games. Dead Phoenix, Gotcha Force. That game is worth a lot nowadays. Like if you still have a copy of that, it's worth a lot. This is a game I always wanted to have. I never did, and now the only way I would try it out would be on an emulator. Like I don't know if it would be worth so much. Killer 7, great game. It always looked interesting to me as a kiddo, and then I didn't try it till like 2010 or 11 or 12. Oh, Give Pia. Give Pia is sadly a game that never released. Oh, you can't see it. I'm like in the way, but it's on the right, like it says Give Pia, coming out in 2004, and it's a Japanese exclusive game that falls into like the same categories like Chibi Wobble kinda. Like you try to help out people, and you know, there's sadly still no full translation, I think, because I would really love to play that one day. And just a little bit of games that were like announced and are coming out soon here. Kirby Air Ride, Nintendo Puzzle Collection. That's the one you also had in the end zone. So I guess it took a while to come out, and I still never saw this before, but I kind of do want to check it out. Because I like puzzle games. Smart's Tale is supposed to be fairly good. And more games coming out soon. Like, look at how many great games they came out. Like, Gotcha. I mean, the thing is, I don't know how great they were. Like, Gotcha Force was okay. Harvest Moon and Wonderful Life started the downfall of Harvest Moon for me. One of the biggest disappointments in my life. But I think I said this in the end zone too. Wasn't there like something about it too? I really disliked it. It was a step backward. Animal Crossing 2. I'm pretty sure that wasn't even a game. Wait, my mouse cursor is not even like showing on the recording for some reason. But anyways, on the left it says Animal Crossing 2, role-playing game. Nintendo, and no date. And this was probably one of those things where they just made up a freaking video game that wasn't announced yet, but people thought there's gonna be one. Also, there's freaking Barbie Explorer, Bratz Dolls, but also Bulletproof Monk. What the fuck is a Bulletproof Monk? But yeah, Kirby Air Ride Geist wasn't as great. Like it's Geist. I don't know why they thought, you know, oh, we have to take a German word that says ghost. StarCraft Ghost though. Again, jeez. Wait, Spy vs. Spy is from way forward. The thing is, Spy vs. Spy, I only saw it in the Game Pro, and it looked fun in the multiplayer. You know, where you have to catch each other kind of style. Like, look at how many games there were coming out in 2000. I mean, this is obviously over the course of 2004, and they were like all releasing in like the same. Also, Pokemon Box is really rare nowadays. Like, Pokemon Box is also one of the rarest GameCube games for some reason, even though it was basically just to make sure that you can put your little things into the box and then, you know, get them into your GameCube games and then you transfer them around. Walk-ups looks kind of interesting. I kind of want to write that down. Like, it looks like an ego shooter or a third-person shooter with like a female character that looks kind of hot. I'm gonna put this on my list. Oh wait, I remember the cover, and it hasn't had good reviews, but the GameCube Offensive Attack 2004. Why does it still show shadows? Like, why does it show shadow? Like, why would someone want to do this with shadow? Like, shouldn't they use like Link or Mario, because Mario Tennis, Mario whatever, Mario Tennis here, Mario Golf, Star Fox 2, like Star Fox Assault, Killer 7, they're saying this could be a great hit or a big hit in 2004. Sadly, it wasn't a big hit. It was a big hit for like people who played it and people who reviewed it, but it was sadly never really, you know, able to break into the mainstream. I mean, nowadays it's a little bit more looked onto than back in the day. You know, even though back in the day, I can remember that there were like a few people who always were like, oh, look at Killer 7, this is a game for the GameCube only. And even though I think it was also for the PlayStation 2, but it was first launched on GameCube, I think, and the GameCube version also went better. And then people were like, oh, you know, this means Nintendo isn't just kiddie-like. see, like, they were kind of like, look at these games like Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, Nintendo, in shooter mood, James Bond, Metal Gear, it wasn't even 4 back in the day. Still, this is still the old version, like it says, Capcom is bringing you to Paris to kill Umbrella, or to, stop Umbrella, and it used one of the beta screenshots. So at this point, it was still a really completely different game. The reader from the N games in 2004 won the New Zelda with 72%, and New Mario with 21%, and New Metroid 5%, and New Pikmin 2%. The thing is, you got all of them except the New Zelda. Like Mario, no New Mario. Mario Sunshine probably made people think, Jesus, I don't want that. Metroid came out in 2004 though, and Pikmin. How important is third-party support for you? Very important, 78%. Yeah, I mean, I have to say the GameCube actually was fairly well supported. It has stuff like Call of Duty. The one thing that obviously lacked was it missed it really missed GTA. I think people would have looked at the GameCube in a more favorable way if it had GTA. Like, the thing is, what did people want third-party wise? Like, what are some really big third-party games that never came to the GameCube? Obviously, Metal Gear Solid 2, Final Fantasy wasn't multi-platform at that point, Xbox didn't get it either. Maybe something like Dead or Alive, like a fighting game, like that's kind of stuff, but obviously Nintendo did get more third-party games in my, like, the thing is, I just can't think of any probably. And people, how important is the linking compatibility between GB and Nintendo GameCube for you? It's not very important, 65%. Now we have Pikmin 2, we have Gotcha Force, Sonic Heroes, Tony Hawk's Underground, Paper Mario. And why is there like this ugly dude from Star Fox Adventure in the corner? Beyond Good and Evil, Sonic Heroes, like, the GameCube had lots of great games. Best Buy. The best, the thing is, we had this like in, we kind of had this in the last episode, because, well, in the End Zone there were also tons of these kind of things. Like, the thing is, I also want to do like magazines that I hadn't had. Like, it would be fun to look into one of these PlayStation magazines, because it would get a little bit boring if I only do Nintendo magazines. But I will try to find some Game Pros, because it was always multi-platform. Like, this is not very exciting since we already looked through on the End Zone. Then we got like controller tests. Look at this. This controller, soft touchpad. Is this even a controller? Like, there's some controllers for also $14.99. It even has like 5 GameCube logos, which means it's great. And there's the advanced controller that has 1. There's racing things. The thing is, what kind of racing game would you even play with a steering wheel? Or, I don't think there's any great. I mean, there's not Tony Hawk. Need for Speed. There's RGB cables. Like, who even bought those? Like, why would you need other cables? Like, I always use the ones that came with the console. Like, how do you break a cable like that? There's like sound and stuff. What the fuck is Football Stadium? Waystar Trainer, video game enhancer, like, obviously this like action replay wins, because, well, Game Boy Player had that one too. And I think the Game Boy Player is actually worth a lot nowadays. Wait, I can check eBay. I had this on my GameCube. The thing is, I don't have the GameCube on my GameCube. The thing is, my sister has the GameCube, and it probably is in the freaking basement somewhere. Why does it take so long to open? GameCube Player. Like, it is okay. It's $110. Obviously, the thing is, it probably depends on how many people even want this. Like, you can get a better picture when you go to advanced on eBay and only click on like 112. Okay. Oh, see, this one didn't work. 111 euros. Like, I really want to visit my sister and break into her basement right now and take it and sell it. But anyways, Football Stadium. The thing is, let's type in Thrustmaster Football Stadium GameCube, because I really want to know what the fuck it is. Pokemon What Pokemon GameCube? Can I even find it? Oh, yeah, this is probably the thing. It's like a playmat, which it looks like it only came out in France. It's kind of hard to find. What the fuck is this ugly, disgusting controller? Jesus freaking Christus. And yeah, I mean, I don't even get what it's supposed to be like. Do you kick on these things and then in the game you move or something? I have no idea what the frick that is supposed to be. And they say it's not very good anyways. And here we get Knights of the Temple. It kind of, you know, looks really dark. Also looks like you can have a bow and the bow makes you shoot. Like, it has a different perspective. And it even uses motion capturing. Jesus. I'm gonna play this one day. Like, I don't know why I never did. Deutschland sucht den Superstar. That game for the PlayStation 2. Deutschland sucht den Superstar is basically X Factor for German people. Oh, it's not even finished yet. I thought it's gonna be like a review. It reminds me a little bit of like Thief, but in the Knights of the Temple kind of times. I really want to try this. And here we got James Bond 007. It's the first third person James Bond, and it's actually really good, I think. That's what I've read. I never played it. I only had Nightfire and Agent Crossfire, whatever it's called. Kirby Airride, or the game with the that guy still exists hero. Who even what? Oh, the ads on the white. The thing is, the thing is, I'm allowed to show this on YouTube, right? There were some asses and titties uncensored as an SMS or handy not smartphone, like obviously really old mobile phone that you could buy. The thing is, if I would have, the thing is, I don't have viewers on Twitch really, so even if I would have shown it, nobody would have snitched, right? Please, no snitches allowed here. Yeah, you know, back in the day, you know, you could see titties and asses in those magazines with the pictures. The thing is, you could buy those. The thing is, I kind of want to scroll up to see what it really was. Is it just a picture of an ass that you can buy for like $5? And what is it really? XXL pics. So it is just a picture you can send to your phone, and then I don't even. Why would you buy that? I didn't even understand it back in the day. Mario Party 5. I mean, it's a fair. I mean, I recently played this. I played the single player campaign where you play only against little Bowsers, and it's like kind of like. Yeah, I mean, you don't play these for the single player. 77% alternative. Super Monkey Ball 2. 75 new minigames. Nothing new. See, very random. How is this a con? Like, everyone who plays Mario Party knows it's random. But they say, oh, it's very random. Hey, don't buy it, it's random. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition bonus disc. Oh, this artwork of Zelda is amazing. I think it's from... I don't even know where it's from. It really reminds me of Oracle of Ages and Seasons. But I'm sure it's not. Like, obviously, Zelda doesn't even appear in those games. But this is a really good Zelda. Like, in general, the Oracle of Ages and Seasons are very great. But the thing is, you know, there's a collection with The Legend of Zelda, Adventures of Link, or The Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and it has a percentage of 86%. Wouldn't this be like the best collection ever for Nintendo fans? Like, shouldn't this be like way higher? Obviously, the reviews obviously always go like, oh, we give the first Zelda a graphical score of 1 out of 5. You know, obviously, Ocarina of Time, and the thing is, how can you guess the sound? Like, they say the sound of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is only 3 GameCube logos from 5. And Majora's Mask is even worse than Ocarina of Time. I mean, this was also the time where Majora's Mask was still a little bit, you know, looked down upon. Oh, they even say that back in the day it wasn't really well liked back in the day, but nowadays, you know, it's a little bit more liked. Obviously, the thing is, it's hard to judge a collection. Like, obviously, a collection with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask should have more than 86%, but it's like kind of hard to, you know, make it this, like, how do you judge this? Like, would you give it a 99%? No, obviously not, but okay. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I think that's like the first GameCube version of the game. Like, doesn't this game have like 50 million versions? Like, you have the PC version, you have the PlayStation 2, GameCube, blah blah versions, you have the PlayStation 1 version, and you know, and supposedly this is with 80% is also pretty fine. Like, they are all pretty playable, but you know, they are fighting against each other a lot. Also, why does Harry Potter here look so weird? Like, he looks like a lesbian who is like 45 years old and asks you, hey, where's like the bio section of the store? May I get there? But yeah, you know, good game, I guess. NFL Street, I don't care about football in the slightest. The Sims brechen aus. This for the GameCube? So this is like, obviously the thing is, I had the first Sims game for the GameCube, and this looks like the Sims 2 version for the GameCube. Like, the GameCube or the PlayStation 2 games, or the console version of the Sims were always a little bit different. And obviously I don't remember this didn't look like the Sims I had. Like, I had really the old Sims. And one of the negative things about this game is 161 blocks on your memory card. I'm pretty sure I didn't even have that many on some of my memory cards. Maybe I did have them. I don't even know. But yeah, you know, I would like to play this one day again. Judge Dredd, I saw this in the GamePro one day and I was like, doesn't look too bad. Also, you know, I was always wondering what the frick is this about. Like, I think it's from like a comic series, but you know, there's like skeletons here for some reason. There's this fat guy in a hospital with a clown looking dude. There's zombies here, and you know, they're putting it against Time to Dust 2, and they say this game is only a top game in the multiplayer, even though they give it 4 out of 5 GameCube logos everywhere. You know, I'm a big Time to Dust 2 fan, but not a big Judge Dredd fan. But you know, maybe it's decent. Batman Rise of Sin Shu, not a great game, I guess. Also Beyblade. Oh, it's for the game. Is this for the GameCube? This looks more like a little bit of a Game Boy Advance kind of game. 40 or 54%. So this is really not great. The thing is, Beyblade games weren't great. Like, I don't think there's a single great Beyblade game. Like, for example, Yu-Gi-Oh was like launching on the same kind of consoles, and it was also on the German TV around the same time. And the Yu-Gi-Oh games obviously weren't the greatest either, but they had a little bit more fun around them than the the other way around, than the Beyblade games. Yeah. Only extreme Beyblades fans can do anything with this game. It's also the kind of game that is like beatable in like 10 minutes or something. But yeah. Also, they are comparing it to Super Monkey Ball 2. I don't know why Super Monkey Ball 2 is like the comparable game to Beyblade. I mean, both of them are kind of both rolling things or spinning things. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Still have to play this I still have to play this game one day. I don't know why I never did it. $70? It's 70 viewers? What the heck? I mean, maybe it's because they imported it. Like, here's import game. So maybe it's because they imported it, they made it a little bit more pricey. But why would you import it? It's like, it came also to Europe, I think. Woke Orbs also imported. Yeah, it's too hard, the frame rate is... and they say, nice character with a smiley face. You know, back in the day when you still had like a hot character in your video game and you were like, hey, this is great because of that. iNinja also always sounded like an underrated kind of game. Same with Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. This especially very underrated. It even has like a PC port nowadays, or a Switch port too. You should get it if you can. And Beyond Good and Evil, I never played it sadly so far. One day I will. And there we got like super short. The thing is, they had a lot of freaking import games tested in this thing. Like, obviously, they could have waited for like them to come to Europe. Some of them probably never did, but still. Automodelista also one of the coolest looking freaking auto car racing games. But I only looked at the game because it has like shell shading. But you know, I'm not interested in racing games, so I don't think I will ever play it. Also, Fairly Odd Parents Breaking Rules. I always thought like this little girl that's like obsessed with Timmy Turner is pretty hot. Like when I was young, or cute. Well, 39% only. Okay, never mind. I don't want to play it anymore. Narcolepsy. Like they're saying, if you play this game for a too long time, you get narcolepsy, which sounds like a disease. Jimmy is wearing iron socks, which probably means the controls are shit. It has really bad pacing. The controls are like an eighth plague. And why do developers torture little kids with such games? Even kids have the rights to good games. Well, I guess that is a really bad game. Same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game with 44%. Automodelista 58%. Like all of these games are like freaking trash except Go-Go Hyper Grind, which looks like some kind of Tony Hawk thingy thing. And we still have wait, Roadkill? Wasn't this not allowed to come out? Like, wasn't this like supposed to for the PlayStation? No, wait, it was Thrill Kill. Yeah, Roadkill. I think this was never coming back to Europe. Blood, much blood. And they say, and really, really sick minority jokes. So, probably not a game. Oh no. Probably not. I mean, I have never heard of the word Minderheitenwitze, but I would translate it to minority jokes. So I guess it's a little bit racist if you see it that way. But obviously, this was 2004. Never forget that. 2004, for some people, that was totally normal to do. Frogger's Adventure: The Rescue, also shit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forsworn Kingdom, also poopy. It makes you depressed. Story has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow. You know, back in the when you still said that something makes you depressed when it was just a bad game. Okay, they even test Game Boy Advance games, 93% for Luigi, Superstar Saga. You know, imagine this, like they only get a little bit of text on the left side here for such a big game. And then all the other Game Boy games are like, yeah, you know, we don't care about you, go away. Obviously, there's like Tony Hawk's Underworld. Like, I was never a fan of these kind of graphics on the Game Boy Advance. Like these pseudo 3D kind of things, like isometric. Like there's also a Jet Set Radio game on the Game Boy Advance and has the same look as Tony Hawk Underground. It always was a little bit hard to judge how your jump is gonna be. But I guess, you know, it was better than nothing, I guess. Okay, user, what is it called? User letters. Also, again, they're doing merch, advertising for some random store. I mean, why would you ask so much text? Nobody would ever read so much text. Like, where's like these short ones? Like, he has 8 questions. 8 fucking questions that they even answer. And we even have hacking tests that the readers or reviews from the readers, and they compare to their own. And the thing is, why would you even do this? They gave Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3 at 92%, and then the other guy who signed his review was at 90%. This one was 88%, this one was 92%. On Mario Party 4 is a big change, but Mario Kart Double Dash goes back to a 2% difference, which makes no sense. Why wouldn't you take more of these Mario 4 ones? Oh my god, what did Hudson do with the super funny Mario Party franchise? Normally you walk through forests, on islands, and through cities, but here you only move on lifeless, flying platforms, and the minigames are, even with 4 players, are very shit. 63% from Lukas Niederau from Krefeld. And the other ones are not really interesting because they are not really, you know, different from the testers or the reviewers ones. Also, you know, back in the game, every publisher from a magazine had like everything for everyone. Like they had the X games, P games, I love peeing, and then the N games. Just like how the N zone had the PlayStation Zone or whatever. Tips and tricks. Okay, these are just very like this is like every magazine had these. Because they didn't know how to fill the rest of the mag. Look at how many tips the freaking 2 crime thing got. What is an RF unit? Wait, this is like for a video television that still had an antenna thing. Also look at the old school third party ones. Or the freaking flat screen that you could put on your GameCube to play it on the go. Nobody owned that and nobody ever owned it. Like not even for funsies. And now they even have a whole list of every game they ever tested in this magazine. Like they really love stretching it out. And that was already it kinda. Well, that wasn't as interesting as I thought. Well, you know, that was truly a bunch of nothing in this magazine kinda. But I had this, and that's why I remembered it. And I'm pretty sure I could have just picked up some other one from here and it wouldn't have changed anything. But yeah, it wasn't okay. The thing is, you know, as a kid you weren't really disappointed when you bought a magazine. Now if you bought this magazine, it was $2.50. Like, it could have been worse. You know, but there was nothing too interesting. You know, I should pick out an older magazine that had like an E3 coverage, because that would be pretty pog. Because 2004, especially for Nintendo fans, was like Twilight Princess. Well, that's the one thing I really truly remember. But you know, next time I will pick up one of the Game Pros, and I will try. Like the thing is, I don't have a scanner. So like even if I would sacrifice my own Game Pro, I wouldn't even be able to scan it because there's no degree things. So, hope you enjoyed it, and next time we will do something that isn't only Nintendo, because, well, also I should drink before, because my voice, I've been asking today. But the thing is, that doesn't matter. Why do I talk off topic? Yeah, never mind. I hope you enjoyed the end games. And I did. You know, it's a little bit. And the thing is, it felt more like the end games or the end zone, but a little bit worse. Like it didn't have like the same wow. Maybe it's because it's already, you know, the second time I did this. But it also was talking about the same games mostly, kind of. So next time, hopefully it will be better. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, I hope you enjoyed.